Pretty much everyone is using AI now. I read somewhere that maybe like 20% of the population uses AI, which is a crazy number. And even more, tech companies are actively pushing the use of AI. All the big tech companies, Google, OpenAI, of course, but even the browsers, Brave, Firefox, Safari, all of them are pushing the use of AI in answers. All the apps are using AI. So, all of this is to say that if you're not using AI in 2026, you are behind. Most of your competitors are actually behind, and those that are not are gatekeeping this from you. Now, previously, the way your SEO and ranking worked is through regular content, links, citations, and all of that stuff. And yeah, it works. But there's an added layer of optimizing your website and your digital presence for AI. And last video I made, it was an overall guide on how to optimize your Google business profile. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can do AI SEO. And this is a topic that has been asked a lot recently. And I figured we would make a video on this because not many people have really told you how exactly to do this for your business. The thing we noticed with a lot of our clients is that their traffic has been rapidly decreasing the more that AI and its answers and all of its features have been implemented into the apps that people use. Now, Google used to work. There are 10 links in results, for example, maybe Google Maps, depending on how far back you're looking. People scrolled, they picked, and every single business has a shot. Who has the best on-page and off-page SEO is the one who wins. Now, AI reads everything. It picks a single business it trusts, and it recommends it by name and phone number. Pretty much 60% of people never scroll past it. We did some research, and this is actually backed up by studies. Now, the conclusion that we made from all of this is that the businesses who have optimized for SEO are the ones who are basically eating the competition alive. I don't want to sound dramatic, but if you optimize for AI SEO, you are going to defeat your competitors in natural organic search. I will show you exactly how you do that. This is pretty much what your customer sees. I looked up plumber near me. Right here, you can see just a few results. It gives basically an AI overview of who is around you, what are your best options. The other competitors don't really have that much of a shot. Here in the city that I looked up, Cochrane Mechanical, it's the first result. Now, I can tell you most of the people who are looking in these searches are going to click on this business and they're going to go with them. And they're not going to explore other options because it's much more difficult to find the other options. And this is completely free, by the way. This company pretty much paid $0 to implement this. Maybe they hired some specialist on AI SEO, but I doubt it. This is the thing that's kind of really gatekept at this point, despite it being 2026, because these features are actively being rolled out. Now, here's the proximity myth. Being close no longer works. Regular Google Map results are favoring proximity. Let's say you're in a certain neighborhood, it's going to recommend the businesses closest to you. But now with AI, it is going to recommend a business across town, for example, if it's more optimized. Now, what this means for you is, let's say you're optimized for AI. Someone halfway across your town or your city looks up your service. You are now going to get recommended to them if you optimized for this. And distance is basically irrelevant in AI answers. The business across town beats you based on how their presence is set up. Let me tell you what works and what changed. So, of course, what works is showing up on Google. You get found and the phone rings. This works. Google Maps works. Google SEO works. But there's an additional feature, additional playing field that you can dominate. Now, what changed is that AI's answer now sits above all of this, and it's prioritized much more. It recommends one or two businesses by name. Usually it's one. I've ran this across multiple services and I've seen the results. Usually it's one business dominating all results. The customer calls that business and they never see yours. What this means is that businesses are basically going to be monopolized with the help of AI. And if you want to stay ahead, if you want to be the business that gets recommended, here's what you do. But first of all, the real problem is you're getting ranked, but getting cited is a completely different game. And let me show you exactly how to do that. Your website gets skipped because the AI reads it and it has nothing to work with, so it moves on. Let me bring an example. H-Town Plumbers. Reliable, honest, high quality plumbing to the greater Houston area. It reads the same as every other plumber, and there is nothing for the AI to extract. Because listen, it gives AI overviews, it gives information about the business to the searcher. If you don't give enough information, it's simply going to be skipped. Now let's visit this website and see what it says. Expert plumbing, reliable plumbing solution. This is pretty generic copy. From leaks to installation, we provide trusted plumbing solutions ensuring smooth water flow every day. Now, likely they don't have proper setup of the website hierarchy. Sure, the texts are different sizes, but I can tell you that they probably have it on the back end as just a huge wall of text. Now, areas we serve. This is not crazy relevant at this point. It was good maybe 10 years ago, but having this in the homepage is not the best call. Customer reviews, great. Frequently asked questions, huge contact form. So this is not properly optimized for AI searching. Now, what actually gets cited? Another plumber, licensed plumber, Houston, Texas. Drain cleaning, water heaters, slab leaks, same day. It's more benefits oriented. And if you know a little bit about copywriting, you are going to be ahead. Because if you write conversion optimized copy, if you write feature and outcome based copy, AI is naturally going to pick that up and it will recommend you above your competitors. The AI reads this and immediately knows what the business does, where the business is, and what to tell the customer. This is the core main takeaway that I want you to get from this video. You want to tell AI what you do, where you are, and what to tell the customer. The other website that I showed you, H-Town Plumbers, it did not do this properly. It did give the service locations, but it was too much for the AI. It was an overload. Now, if you have a web page, something like this, licensed plumber, Houston, Texas, header explains drain cleaning, water heaters, slab leaks, same day service, outcomes. If it says exactly what you do and gives all those benefits right off the bat, you're likely going to be recommended. Let me give another example of our client, Brand Pro Photography. Very benefits oriented, gets you noticed online. Getting anyone to trust you. Why work with her? Immediate testimonials. It's not an overload of info, but it's very benefits and conversion oriented. This shows the step-by-step, very simple. Testimonials everywhere, packages everywhere. It's right in the homepage. AI is not wondering what the price ranges for her business are. Location, phone number, very important. And there are 4 things that get you cited. The step 1, the first thing is content. You want to write for AI extraction. The thing is that AI reads the first 40 to 60 words. Because if it reads your entire website, entire homepage, the results are going to take a huge amount of time. And Google simply does not have the bandwidth to scan every single website in the results yet. Maybe in 3, 4, 5 years, but at this point, it's not a reality. It's looking at the first 40 to 60 words. If you have a very vague opener in your hero section, there's nothing to pull from. Every page you have needs to say what you do, what city you serve in, something very specific, a Q&A format. And another thing, Anything from 2023 and earlier gets ignored. So you want to make sure this content is up to date. Step 2 is your schema. This is the schema markup. Without it, it looks like a wall of text, and AI guesses what everything is. Since it's a wall of text, it gets it wrong. It gets the information about you incorrect. It's harder for it to understand what you do, and it ultimately skips you. What the schema markup does is that invisible labels are attached to your content. Hours are labeled as hours. Services are labeled as services. And AI reads these labels. Regular browsers, of course, they don't see this, but AI does. What you need to add are local business, so your name, address, phone, hours, those are the labels. Another label is FAQ page. Q&A is pulled as direct AI answers. And service. So each service is labeled individually. It basically takes maybe half a day of dev work, maybe even faster, and most local sites have none of it. Without a schema, this is what it looks like, just a huge wall of text, and it's impossible for AI to read it. They can read it, it can scan it, but it will always prioritize the one on the right: business name, hours, services, location. Step 3 is mentions. Mentions are better than backlinks. Old SEO, links from other sites. It still matters, but it's no longer the main signal. Name mentions correlate 3 times more with AI citations. A Reddit thread is much better than a marketing blog backlink. Your name needs to be in Facebook groups. It needs to be in Nextdoor, Reddit, local news, every directory. Your name needs to show up. You need to have a recognizable name in local groups, and it needs to be mentioned. Links are not as important anymore. Step 4 is your Google business profile. Again, as I mentioned earlier in this video, the video we made literally before this one talks about how you can optimize your Google business profile. So I want you to watch that video right after you watch this one. Your Google business profile is your AI homepage. AI pulls GBP data directly into the answers. It geolocates automatically without a Siri query needed. So let's say someone searches up, again, plumber near me, it will automatically look at your location. Most people miss is that AI checks your Google business profile against your website. And that's why it's so important to make sure the data lines up. If your hours do not match, that's a red flag. If your services don't match, that's an even bigger red flag. Either of those, if they don't match, you're less likely to get cited. So make sure that your Google business profile is showing the same information about your business as your website. And keep everything, again, up to date. Keep it consistent. Every service listed, same name, address, phone number, everywhere. New photos, and reply to reviews. I also mentioned it in the other video. If you want more information about how you can optimize your Google business profile, watch the previous video. When AI recommends you, the caller already thinks you're the answer. And 85% of local AI results rotate monthly. It's not completely locked in yet, so you can get an edge here. Whoever's in when it solidifies stays. So you want to right now already optimize how you show up in front of AI. If you want the full breakdown, if you want to know how you can actually show up in AI, actual specific tactics beyond what I said in this video, we have an email list. We have a private email list that I send personally an email to every single day with actionable advice and insights, things we did for clients, and results, case studies, different tactics. Every single day, it's completely free. And these are things that are working right now. A lot of channels are just regurgitating AI slop. But what we do is we use AI to get latest market trends, and we are actively working with businesses, and we know what is currently making money and what is a waste of time. You're a busy business owner. You do not want to waste time on things that don't work. You only want to do things that bring you direct revenue. If you're watching this channel, you're already on the right path. If you want the actual actionable insights, the step-by-steps, Again, the link is in the description. It's completely free. I'll see you in the next video.